Welcome to the Western Union weekly video for February 27th. The dollar is off to a mixed start. We have seen caution creep into the market once again, so that is helping give the dollar a lift against the euro. In fact, the U.S. currency has rebounded above recent 11-week lows against the euro, but it is down against the Japanese yen, and as a result, the U.S. currency has tipped below the 9-month high that it did touch early Monday against the Japanese currency, which basically driving markets for the final week of February is a little bit of caution. This is ahead of a Wednesday ECB loan program when the ECB is basically going to loan unlimited amounts of cheap liquidity into the market. They're going to try and do that to help bring down government borrowing costs for many of the debt-strapped nations there in Europe, places like Greece, of course, Italy and Spain. And so as a result, some uncertainty ahead of how that auction might go off is injecting some uncertainty into the market, and so that is giving the dollar a bit of a boost. But last week it was a similar theme. We did see a mostly mixed U.S. currency. For example, it was down against the euro. It did fall to early December lows against the euro. This is as the market really juggled a handful of themes, really conflicting themes. There have been some positive themes out there, such as signs of the improving U.S. economy, but then that's somewhat been offset by concerns about what rising oil prices might do to the U.S. recovery. But nonetheless, in the end, we did see these risky assets like the euro and stocks really take last week. That is because the optimistic signs out of Greece, where Athens was able to secure a second lifeline, that did help bolster market confidence, and as a result, sentiment toward the Eurozone's single currency. But it wasn't all bad news for the U.S. currency. We did see the dollar gain against the Japanese yen. In fact, the dollar has been on a tear against its Japanese counterpart ever since the Bank of Japan a couple weeks back decided to flood the market with cheap liquidity. And so as a result, that has put some downward pressure on the Japanese yen. But for the coming week, the final one of February, it's going to be an eventful week. We do have the week chock full of U.S. economic indicators. So investors are really going to have no shortage of market drivers to choose from. And then as I touched on, the ECB on Wednesday, February 29th, they are scheduled to hold another long-term auction of cheap loans. They do hope that these funds will reach the still shaky European banking sector with the aim of shoring up investor confidence. So if that is the case, we might see the euro have more room to the upside over the near term. But I think broader questions remain about the long-term situation in Greece, whether or not they can get their fiscal house in order over the long term. So a situation like that can help limit the U.S. currency's downside. But that's going to do it for the latest on the U.S. currency. Feel free to check us out online.